Noble hearts. Once upon a time, there was a bird catcher. Every day he would take his nets, cages, and rice grains and go into the forest. Upon reaching the forest, he would scatter the rice grains and set traps for the doves. When the doves arrived and were busy eating the rice, he would sneak up from behind and net them, catching them. Afterward, he would put the caught birds into a cage and take them home. Once home, he would kill the birds and sell them. He had been doing this for several months. One day, a very severe storm hit. Dark storm clouds gathered in the sky. Rain fell continuously. Trees fell to the ground. Strong winds blew and the water in the streams rose rapidly. The bird catcher, terrified, didn't know what to do. He ran here and there among the trees looking for shelter. While running, he found a pitiable female dove lying on the ground. She was frightened and near death. The bird catcher, not being a kind person, felt no pity for the female dove at all. He picked her up and put her into the cage he had with him. After that, as he wandered around in the forest, he found a large tree that offered shelter. This tree was his protection. Its branches seemed to shield him from the storm. Soon the storm stopped. However, the bird catcher couldn't go home. He was lost in the forest. Time was passing and it was gradually getting dark. It seemed he would have to spend the night in the forest. So he prepared to sleep there. He was very hungry but had no food. He went to sleep with a heavy heart. Coincidentally, the large tree he was taking shelter in was the home tree of the female dove he had caught. In a nest on one of its branches, the male dove was waiting for the female dove to return. When she didn't come back as time passed, the male dove became worried and cried out repeatedly. The bird catcher, exhausted and weary, heard the male dove's repeated cries. At the same time, the female dove, who was in the bird catcher's cage, also heard the sound. Then the female dove called out to the male dove,
"My dear, don't worry. I am here, but I cannot come to you. However, there is a pitiable person under the tree. He is without food and is near death from the cold. He cannot go home. His whole body is soaked with rain. Please, in your kindness and pity, offer him some help."
When the male dove heard the female dove's voice, he quickly flew down to the tree and went to the bird catcher. He asked, "Oh, friend bird catcher, you seem tired, weary, and in trouble. How can I help you?" The bird catcher replied that he wanted to warm himself by a fire. Hearing the bird catcher's words, the male dove immediately began to prepare a fire. He searched for dry twigs and dry leaves inside the hollow of the tree. Then he carried them down. After that, he rubbed 2 stones together with his beak to make a fire. Those flames ignited the twigs and leaves he had collected, and soon a fire pit was formed. The bird catcher warmed himself by the fire. Then he said to the male dove, "I am very hungry. Can you give me some food?" The male dove shook his head. "I am very sorry. We doves do not store food in our nests," he replied. "However, I have nothing else to offer you to eat, but if you would eat my flesh, then eat it. I will jump into the fire." As he spoke, he prepared to jump into the fire. However, he did not jump because Birdcatcher stopped him just in time. The birdcatcher said, "Don't jump into the fire, my friend. You have taught me a good lesson. I now understand that you are a more noble-hearted person than I am." After that, he also released the female dove he had caught from the cage. The pair of doves flew away happily. The next day he returned home safely. From that day on, he gave up catching and killing birds. He only engaged in other